Hello everybody and welcome back!
But it is repelled by the dragon's tough scales. And the dragon returns the favor by spewing fire from its mouth. You seem to stand no chance against the revitalized dragon. Melanie looks distressed. Vince climbs atop the beast's back. The flapping of the dragon's wings sends forth one wind blast after the next. Stay out of this, Vince commands, then flies off toward the western sea.
Well,
You worry for Melanie, who has been burnt badly by the dragon's fire. I can't get up, she whispers. Drink this, Bruno instructs, offering her a small bottle. It will help you regain your strength. Bruno claims he drinks it every day. It is a recipe from his father, that of a custom supplement. Make her drink it already, you cry, your panicked expression urging Bruno to give Melanie the supplement. Melanie has a bad feeling about it, but downs it all in a single gulp. And suddenly, at ease with her recovery, you descend the tower. The ocean spreads out before you to the west, whither the dragon went. Return to Shoreland in search of a boat to pursue the dragon.
I wonder if we can fight that guy again. Or now, finally. Nope, not yet.
When you return, Oreo approaches. It seems like something has happened to the town. He says a raging wind blew through and destroyed the town. You surmise the flapping of the dragon's wings is to blame. You explain that you need a boat to go after the dragon, and Oreo's look turns grim. Sensing there may be a problem, you quickly make your way to the wharf.
They probably destroyed all the boats.
The woman says the violent winds stirred up the sea, causing her precious ship to run aground. But if you can return her vessel to the water, she will gladly give you a ride.
How big is this boat?
Your brows furrow, knowing that there is no way you could move a ship.
Bruno?
Beside you, Bruno stretches, warming up his body. After striking a fantastic pose to show off his muscles, he charges straight at the boat. No matter how hard he pushes, though, the boat, it's pointless, you sigh. Turning around, a muscle-bound Melanie stands before you.
Oh no!
Now it's working, Bruno exclaims, unsurprised at the sight of Melanie. It appears the custom supplement she drank in the tower bulked her up. Let us combine our power, Bruno, and her whole body racked with chills. Melanie screams out to the sky. You need Melanie's help to catch the dragon. You call out to her.
Atta belly girl.
You turn your earnest eyes to her and say, "Please, lend us your strength." But, unable to hold back at the sight of her impressive build, burst in. But in the next instant, you receive a violent punch to the face. You hear your bones creak in a way you've never heard before. But afterward, the two muscle-bound forms work. "I will never be a beautiful bride like this," Melanie mutters sadly. "You're wrong," Bruno exclaims. "Those muscles are the most beautiful thing a bride could ever have." At any rate, you leave the port town and follow the dragon.
Oh my goodness. Please tell me she stayed that way. Yes, oh no. Oh my goodness.
Just as you are about to leave, Oreo comes to see you off. It looks like he has something to say. According to him, the dragon flew to the west, where there is an island called Mount Medica. Rumor has it they are actively researching medicine on this island. He thinks he can use their knowledge in his work. Understanding his father's wishes, Bruno nods. Say no more. Mount Medica. Something stirs deep inside your chest, but you blame your imagination and board the boat without another thought.
The Isle of Blight. They're not doing a very good job studying medicine.
Wasn't that so much fun? Ritis can hardly contain her excitement as she seeks a similar reaction from Melanie. Sure, Melanie croaks, her face a sickly shade of green. The custom supplement has worn off completely. Ritis turns to you and carries on, oblivious. Wasn't that just the greatest? You, however, are a bit worn out, as your mid-voyage teasing of Melanie prompted her to wring you like a rag. Your first order of business should be a sweep of the island to ascertain the dragon's whereabouts. Tread carefully, as danger lies in the unknown. A road stretches west from the docks, suggesting the presence of a house or settlement at the other end.
See how big this island is? Not too bad.
You take the lead, taking in the island's scenery. It all looks unsettlingly familiar to you. A A white hot streak of pain shoots through your head, feeling as though your skull will split in two. You grab your head as if holding it together and drop to your knees. The searing pain erases any hope of recalling the memory that felt primed to return to you. Beads of sweat are pouring off you now as you struggle to keep your head in one piece. Drink this, Bruno insists, offering you. You greedily drink it down, desperate for relief. The pain begins to ebb, and you hurriedly resolve to press on.
Ah!
Fight.
What in the world is that?
You were surprised to find a merchant selling goods in a place like this.
Yeah.
You decide to take a look, and the merchant welcomes. You're in luck. I have some rare items for sale, she remarks, lining up some goods before you.
I'm afraid I'll pass.
She begins closing her shop, saying she needs to stock up on wares again. It seems you won't be able to do any more shopping here.
Daggum, something must be in this mountain range.
You won't be able to climb that mountain.
Oh.
Nice work. That was lucky. Bazaar rock transformed into a treasure rock.
Ah, okay. Didn't know that was a thing.
After a time, you happen upon a village. This place, you mutter unconsciously. Perhaps he is as anxious as you are about this place. You two okay? Melanie asks. You open your mouth to reply. Only to notice the ambush a moment too late. Repel the monster attack. Fortune favors the boy. That was lucky.
Ah, damn it, she always does.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Nice work. You are accosted by a man the instant you set foot in the village. "Medicine, please," he begs. His eyes are glazed over, and his general demeanor unsettling. Should he really have medicine? You give him a glimpse of the medicine. "Nothing in this life is free," you sneer. Your callousness is swiftly punished as the medicine slips from your grasp. The man runs off to who knows where, making noise. You and the party resolve to continue exploring the village. Something is askew in this village. It would be best to proceed with caution until you can determine what is happening. The man glares at you, clutching tight. He insists that they all belong to him and refuses to share them with anyone. Another villager approaches you. Though his speech is slurred, this villager is also behaving strangely. Will you acquiesce to his request? You remove the medicine from your pack. Recall for a moment how much it costs. In the blink of an eye, the villager snatches up the medicine bottle and darts. "Something's not right in this village," Bruno mutters, clearly worried. You hear a panicked cry up the road. "Stay with me. Focus on me." That can't be good. The old man sighs, saying he lost both his son and grandson to the medicine. Not wanting to be the only one left behind, he lifts the bottle in his hand to his lips and gulps it down. You ask the villager about the dragon. "The headman can help you if you're in some trouble," she retorts. Dozens of empty medicine bottles litter the ground in front of this woman.
About time we're able to upgrade. "This cursed island is separated from the rest of the world," she mutters from the ground. "I heard that outsiders call this place Mount Medica," she remarks, then throws the empty bottle in her hand to the roadside. You hail the villager, only to receive a blunt. The villager turns to face the wall once more and smacks his head against it repeatedly. Good Lord.
His forehead is soon covered in blood. You arrive on the scene to find a man collapsed in the street, convulsing. Another man kneels over. The nobleman wears impressive white armor befitting a knight. He
continues talking to the fallen man as he provides emergency care. Seeing the knight's devotion makes you feel a bit like a putz for doing nothing. The villager is in quite a state. In a rare move, you volunteer some medicine with no strings. He'll have none of that, the knight barks, stopping you. The villager is now clawing at his own face with his fingernail. Blood, as black as tar, begins oozing out of his eye. The convulsions subside. Within moments, a horrific thought makes itself known. This is the first time you have witnessed the death of a fellow man. Even in a world where medicines and elixirs can cure most any ailment, none are safe from death's icy grip. And as well you know, that which is dead can never return. Your mind goes blank. You drop to your knees. Melanie clamps her hand to her mouth, stifling a scream. Ridis, the knight, hangs his head. Bruno nervously asks, "What are you doing here?" The knight's name is Sherwin. He identifies himself as a member of the Ivory Order. His travels brought him to this village, where he has been caring for the ailing residents. His face contorts in disgust. If not for these foul drugs, they would be healed. He spits and takes his leave. Bruno gazes upon the villager's corpse with a look of apparent realization. You approach Sherwin, who was caring for another villager. According to the knight, an elderly man living just outside the village is typically the one who looks after its residents. You'd be best served asking him all your questions, Sherwin says as he returns to his patient. There isn't a soul about. The house is surely abandoned. A man approaches you as you wander through the village. Spare a bit of medicine, he asks genially. He sets about convincing you that your kindness will be returned tenfold if you just give him a little. You reach for a bottle of medicine, completely taken in by his pitch. Bruno stills your hand. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I really shouldn't, you yelp over your shoulder, already walking away at a brisk pace. You continue wandering the village streets, only to be accosted by the man once more. It seems he will follow you to the ends of the earth.
No! No!
Why do you want it so badly, you ask, affording him another opening. He gladly takes it. He first came in contact with it as a child. His parents paid him no mind. And never since forgot its wonderful taste. You are fully invested in this story, and desperate to give the man some small comfort in this. I've heard better sob stories, Melanie says dryly, having somehow absorbed the Bruno thinks you'd better not, but you're not so sure. You heed Bruno's warning and return the medicine to your... The man's shoulders droop, and he appears to have dropped something peculiar in his haste.
Hey! How many do I have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have 7. Where is 7? Where could that be? We'll find 7.
You had best get out of here quick. If you stay here, then you too will. She begins, then suddenly starts cackling. You knock lightly on the door. An elderly man opens it, beaming at you. He announces himself as Selfor and beckons you inside. Might he be the headman you've heard so much about? Ask me anything you like, he offers. Selfor receives your party, for whatever reason, rather graciously.
I don't trust old men and villagers no more.
He could well be a font of knowledge. What will you ask him? You make mention of the village's eccentricities. Selfor informs you that the island indeed suffers from an extreme shortage of medicine. He apologizes for the villagers' incivility. Consider it the price to pay for making the world a better place, he adds, nonsensically.
You did this, didn't you?
You ask if he is the one in charge of the village. It's true that the villagers call him their headman, but I feel compelled to correct the record and state that my official title is Overseer.
You're experimenting on them, aren't you?
You ask if he has seen the dragon. Why, yes, he says. He returned to this island just the other day. Oh, but don't worry, he continues. He hasn't caused us too much trouble. Needless to say, this does not comport with your understanding of the dragon. You notice Melanie lift an eyebrow at his use of the word returned. At any rate, the dragon's presence on the island is confirmed. You quietly celebrate the first credible lead you've yet received. Your question's satisfactorily answered. You thank. He asks you to stop. We have yet to discuss the terms of your living here, he declares. You explain that you are only here to pursue the dragon and have no intention to stay. Selfor begs your forgiveness for thinking you were newcomers. It's perfectly understandable, though. What with the non-match among you, he says with a sneer. What does he mean by that? Melanie asks you, unable to grasp the old man's intentions. For reasons unknown, you feel the blood drain from your face. Your breathing grows ragged and you break. We're done here, you say defiantly, as you storm out of the house. Mar runs after you, chirping frantically. Melanie and the others give chase, but you and Mar are well out of sight by the time they make it outside. The two can't have gone far, though. It may be best to first search the village. Melanie and company find you standing. She can't quite make it out, but it sounds as though you're saying to Mar, "This place is..." Melanie calls out to you, prompting you to blurt out, "Sorry, just had a bad stomachache back there," in your characteristically glib manner. She surveys you both and sees two haggard travelers unwilling to admit they're in need. "Are you sure you're all right?" she asks, concerned. "Fine, absolutely fine," you tell her. "So you were worried about me," you shoot back. "No, I wasn't," she replies, her face reddening.
spot a familiar-looking mage on the village streets. Winifred takes no notice of you and ducks into the apothecary. So, the Ivory Order buys their medicine just like everybody else, you muse to yourself as you prick up your... Winifred and the apothecary speak in hushed tones. You'd guess it's an order for special medicine, but you can't make it out. Alas, she's just buying the usual stuff, though her presence suggests that with no desire to run into them, you make yourself scarce before she catches sight of you. You spy the very people you were hoping to avoid, gathered near the village gate. The last thing we need is a confrontation. Why are we always hiding? Melanie hisses under her breath. Two members of the Order are speaking with Sherwin. Given how deferential they appear to be acting toward him, you hazard a guess that he's their superior. Have you determined the dragon's location? Sherwin asks. Hedwyn launches into his report. The dragon appears to be occupying the volcano. I suggest we move to capture him immediately, he counsels. Now who should appear but Winifred? Fresh preparations for our journey into the volcano are complete, she reports, handing Sherwin a bottle of something. Splendid. Sherwin walks off and out of sight, the other three following close behind. Lucky for you, your hastily improvised hiding spot afforded you valuable information on the dragon. Yet their conversation raised as many questions as it answered. The medicine bottle Sherwin received is probably related to their journey into the volcano somehow. Bruno recalls seeing a bottle much like it once before. He says it contains flash freeze, which can chill most anything. Maybe that's what Winifred bought at the apothecary, Bruno continues. You know that the dragon is lurking in the volcano, but you haven't a clue how to get from here to there.
I do.
Isn't it that mountain with all the smoke pouring out of it? Riddis asks, pointing westward. Why, yes. That sure does look rather like a volcano. There was talk of capturing the dragon. Melanie picked up on the incongruity as well. The Queen ordered the dragon killed, she reminds you. You narrow your eyes. You three have no right being this helpful, you think? Mar pinches your cheeks without warning. You yelp in pain, which at the very least crosses dreaming off the list of explanations. Returning to the matter at hand, it's clear what must be done. You'll have to get your hands on some flash freeze if you hope to enter the volcano. Happen to have any flash freeze for sale? You cheerily ask the apothecary. She flashes a wry smile. How do you steady the roiling magma's flow? She asks cryptically. The meaning behind the question is utterly lost on you. The answer, then, would be the password. So, how do you steady the roiling magma's flow? She pulls out her wares, but what you need is not among them. Your password merely granted you entry to the apothecary. Ah, yes, you think so, she says, as if turning the answer over in her mind. But you'd be wrong.
Well, I mean, if you use water, it does special medicine?
The old woman rolls her eyes, suddenly looking defeated. How did you know the answer? Did someone tell you? She mutters bitterly. You've managed to crack the code, and a bottle of Flash Freeze is yours. You've got a long road ahead of you, so you would...
Not before I explore the north.
Let's do this. That was lucky. That was lucky.
Alright. Let's see, so we got quite a bit up here. I really feel like it's not gonna end at the volcano, so anyway. Oh, that is all the time I have for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.